Hello everyone, this is Lawrence. Let me sit down in my good old easy chair and we'll start this video. Now I feel comfortable. Have a little drink of iced tea and we'll get started. Yesterday I made a video of myself opening up the new Lucinda Williams album, right there, Stories from a Rock and Roll Heart. And you can see that video. It's a gatefold, and open it up, and Lucinda's there with the New York skyline behind her. Okay, and I gave the album a great, good, detailed listen to, and I want to do a review. But I want the review to be in two parts. Today, we'll just call it Lucinda Williams album review, Stories of Rock and Roll Heart, Part 1, Side 1. So I'll just review Side 1, and tomorrow I will review Side 2, okay? And the method I'm going to take for this review using pause is I'm going to listen to each individual track one at a time. After I get done listening to one track, I will unpause it and give my thoughts on it, pause again, and listen to the next track and come back with my thoughts. Okay, so we'll use this method and just do side one of the album today. Just really quick, I've been a Lucinda Williams fan since her landmark album Cartwheels on a Gravel Road, which I think is a stunning classic. And I thought to myself, now this is an artist I could really, although she had a previous albums, but I could really follow along and just listen to her music, her albums that's going to be released throughout the years, which I have, and I've never been disappointed. She has never released a bad album. Of course, I do have my favorites, but she's just the premier, Americana singer-songwriter, and she's still going strong today creatively. And unfortunately, about a year and a half ago, she had a health setback with the stroke, but I'm not going into that. It did not affect her singing. Her singing is just dynamite. She has to rely on her band, and she always chooses great musicians. Okay, and having said all that, I'm gonna listen to side one, come back, and no, the first song on side one, come back and give my thoughts. Okay, I'm back. I just listened to track one, side one of the new Lucinda Williams album, and the 10 songs seem to be broken up into good old time rockers and more slower reflective ballads, which is great, a nice mix. And she usually, her albums, more recent albums, have been loaded with tracks, but she just kept it to 10 songs, which is much easier to digest in one setting. Although I do enjoy the albums with the with more tracks on them. But anyway, the first track is "Let's Get the Band Back Together," and I'm sure you've heard that term before. Lucinda Williams, she described this song, I saw it on YouTube when she talked about the new album, kind of coming out of the COVID lockdowns, and getting the musicians back together and just having a good time playing, camaraderie and friendships, just enjoying playing music together. And she even name drops a bit. I don't want to dive into the lyrics because I think you should discover them on your own. But she did say, and up all night playing poker and pool, playing Dylan and the Boss. We thought we were so cool, Uh, this seems like a good rockin' track that Tom Petty would have come up with. Uh, Stuart Mattis, electric guitar, and Doug Pettibone, who had played with Lucinda on tours and albums, is back. He's a great guitarist, but both of them, their guitars just intertwang, play off of each other. It's great. It's not this is not a bloated overproduction. It sounds like they did the song in one or two take. Also noted, Buddy Miller is credited backing vocals, and Margot Price. If you don't know who Margot Price is, you ought to. She's about 3 albums into her career, and she's one of the stars of the Americana country blues thing, and I've got her last CD right here. Put the front of it. It's called Strays. Okay, it's very good, and Jack White signed her to his label, and primarily her debut album was kind of a country rock, but she had branched out to more pop type of music, and so she's a great artist. You should check her out. I hate to just say pop, it just kind of left that spear of country and little more blues and rock. So Margot Price, check her out. Okay, the next track is New York Comeback, and Bruce Springsteen and his wife Patty is credited for providing backing vocals. So I'm going to hit pause, listen to that track, and come back with my thoughts. Okay, I'm back. I just listened to track 2, side 1, a song called New York Comeback. Okay, and Bruce Springsteen makes an appearance with backing vocals and his wife, as I mentioned before, and you could definitely tell it's Bruce. His backing vocals aren't buried in the background. They're right there with so you can hear them pretty clear, and it's the Boss, which is really good. A good solid, another good solid rocker. It's hard to interpret lyrics because you have to kind of get inside of the mind of the songwriter, but often you just have your own interpretation. And this song seems about performing live, which from an artist perspective on the road, and my New York Comeback. Okay, before they cut off the light, before you walk into the light, before you head out to the last call for the last stiff highball. Those type of lyrics. So I just a good solid, another good solid rocker. A lot of these songs, at least the rockers, not a lot of them, but a number of them, that rocks has that, E Street Band or Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, kind of cut loose feel. the rhythm to all these songs are pretty consistent because she uses, for at least side one, the same drummer and bass player, you know, same rhythm sections, Steve Forward, Ferrone, and Steve McGee. Two Steves, one on drums, one on bass. Okay, so great, great start to side one. I would really like to play these songs as I listen to them, but or play snippets of parts of songs. But I'm afraid my video would get pulled for copyright infringement. So anyway, on to the next song, "Last Call for the Truth." Okay, the third track, side one, "Last Call for the Truth." Last call, which is a term used in bars that does serving up the last rounds of drinks before they have to close. And this is a song that takes setting in a bar where you're just having your drinks and you're just self-reflecting, and except the last call is not for beers; it's for the truth. In the you're taking inventory of your life, the things you've done, what's left, and this song, things are slowed down now because the other two tracks were rockers. This kind of slows things down, and sitting over here in a corner booth, hanging on to another green bottle. Now I notice, alcohol beverages, a lot of them are served in green bottles, giving more taste of my lost youth than it's the last call for the truth. Lucinda's just simply a brilliant lyricist, and the lyrics to this album, these songs, are just magnificent. She had not lost her touch one bit. And it goes on to this kind of, it's like somebody's at a bar and they're having all these reflective thoughts about their life, and you're inside her mind reading it. You know what she's thinking. Every night it's the same. I've given I've given away my better days. Have I grown up? Have I given up the game? I will never change my ways. The song kind of starts off mid tempo, but when the guitars come in and the B3 organ, it just builds. It's like a tidal wave. It's amazing. A lot of Lucinda's slower songs are like that. So definitely a highlight. Now we're going on next track called "Jukebox." Could that be another self-reflecting barroom song? We'll see. Okay, song 4 called "Jukebox." It kind of ties into "Last Call for the Truth," because this jukebox is about someone who's lonely, they're stuck in the house, but there's, disclaimer, okay? If you really don't want to, if you really want to discover this lyric line on your own, I'm just giving you a warning, okay? So fast forward. Jukebox is, like I said, someone who's just stuck in the house. They're lonely and not much of a life, but there's a bar up the street, and I wish that this person would stop calling me. I'm going to hit pause and come right back. Okay, the ringing is gone. As I was saying about jukebox, you know what I was saying about jukebox. Anyway, there's the local bar down the street, and there's a WURLITZER old jukebox called, that what I just spelled out. It's a work of art, as Lucinda would sing, with Patsy Cline and Muddy Waters songs on it. And so this is someone who just, the character in the song seeks solace, in a bar, socializing and all that. Thank God for my corner bars so close I don't need a car. I think I'll wander down a couple of blocks to get to my favorite jukebox, Doug Pettibone, and he also, on the previous track, he plays steel guitar both. So these are kind of old, slow, twangy, country-laced, cry in your beer type of songs. And then when the guitars just come in, they just pour out. It's incredible. Okay, I'm going to listen to the closing track for side one, Stolen Moments, and come back with my thoughts. Wow, what a way to end side one. A song called Stolen Moments. And from what I understand, I think I heard Lucinda said this is a remembrance tribute to the late and great Tom Petty, who she formed a strong friendship with. I think she even put out an album during the COVID she recorded of Tom Petty songs, like a tribute album. And I haven't got that one yet. And Stolen Moments, even driving in cars and taxis, stuck in traffic, on a plane, you're still with me, and just to note, Lucinda once opened for Tom Petty when she was not as well known as she is now, and like a lot of opening acts, the crowds just wasn't really paying attention, and wandering off, getting their beers and whatever, and when Lucinda was performing, Tom Petty came out and said, "Hey, you really need to listen to this artist. She has really something to say, And I don't think she never forgot that, And the song is just magnificent. The opening guitar arpeggios, and with that return later, and then the rock guitars that came in, it feels kind of like a Tom Petty and a Heartbreaker song, something he would have came up with. So maybe this is a song Tom would have given us, but since he's not around, Lucinda's doing it for him, We're running on 20 minutes, much longer than I wanted this part one review to last. So I'm glad I'm doing it in two parts, because it would have go over 40 minutes. So side one is fantastic, very consistent with the music, because she's using the same two musicians for the drums and bass rhythm, and also the guitars. Her husband, Tom Overbay, is producing. He's also listed as a co-writer, but more on that later. So, side one review of Lucinda Williams, Stories from a Rock and Roll Heart. Fantastic listen, and pretty well even selections, two rockers, two slower songs, and then more of a mid-tempo at the end. So very good. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow I will get part 2 posted. I will do part 2 tomorrow and get that posted as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.